On this episode of Kemp Outside, I'm going to show you how we take the rattle out of our hitch and all of our hitch accessories on the Kemp bus using the MaxxHaul hitch tightener adapter. Check it out. So as much as we love our Nissan NV Passenger 3500 van that we use as our tow vehicle for our boat and as the main vehicle for all of our national park road trips and camping adventures, sometimes there's just not enough cargo space. So if you haven't yet checked out the review I did on the B-Dawg Towing St. carrier, check that out. And today I'm going to show you how we take the rattle out of all of our hitch accessories that we attach to the Kemp bus so that it doesn't shake so much. So before I go any further, please hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos, and hit that like button for me. So today on Kemp Outside, we're going to take a look at this little hitch tightener product that's put out by MaxxHaul. I bought it off Amazon.com for $9.99. So, you know, it's a pretty cheap little device that really tightens up your hitch so that whether you're using a hitch carrier basket or a bike rack or a combination like we are, that you take all the rattle and shaking out of that to make it a whole lot more smooth. So here it is. We're going to put it on and show you how it works. So here's the system we use on the Kemp bus. So that's the B-Dawg Towing St. Carrier basket. We put two 110 quart coolers on that basket strapped down, as well as a few other things. It's pretty wide, which is nice. It's 60 inches wide. If you haven't checked out my reviews, I think I mentioned before. And then out of that Towing St. Bernard, it goes to a Kurt hitch with a 2-inch ball. And then that hitch has an extra hitch mount on top that goes to our bike rack. And I'm going to do a review of that bike rack here pretty soon. It's a 4-bike rack. And then when you can extend it out, obviously, you know, it's pretty long, so it's pretty far out away from the van. But what happens when you just connect it is, let me see if I can do this, hold the camera, is it gets a lot of movement, right? So if you can see how much, you know, how much it moves when it's not tightened down, and that's just when it's just generally plugged in. So what we're going to do is we're going to add two of those hitch tighteners. We're going to add one right at the hitch where the basket connects to the van, and we're going to add a second one where the 2-inch ball hitch attaches to the basket. Okay, so these are really simple to install. It comes with a plate, a U-bolt, and some mounting hardware. So what we do is you take the plate and you stick it down here like this. This little lip goes against the hitch. This flat part goes against the collar. You slide that down, and then it's a washer, a lock washer, and a 3/4 inch nut. Once you get it started, you can kind of let it go, grab the washer I dropped, and same thing on the other side. Washer, lock washer, and nut. And then once you get it hand tightened, all you have to do is tighten it down with a ratchet strap, or a ratchet, not a ratchet strap, a ratchet. Okay, and then it takes all the wiggle out of that connection. The next part is going to be to attach it to the mount by the basket. Okay, so as you can see, we have the second one on. We didn't get video of us assembling it or installing it because it was just in such a tight place, but it was the same as the first one, which is right there. So as you can see now, there's not nearly as much movement. The basket doesn't move at all. The little the 2-inch ball moves very little. And then I did not get an adapter for my bike rack. I figured a little bit of movement is a good thing because if you make stuff too rigid, it tends to break. So I figured the bike rack can move just a little bit and it shouldn't be a problem. So some of you might be wondering why we don't just attach the bike rack to the B-Dawg carrier itself. And that's because the B-Dawg carrier is designed so that you can actually put things on the basket and still tow a trailer at the same time. And we wanted to keep that option for this particular trip that we're going to, because we're going to our lake cabin in central Minnesota. And we have a little 14-foot rowboat there that we may trail somewhere, either to a different lake or we may pull the boat out of the water to do stuff with it. So we wanted the ability to pull a little boat without having to pull all the hitches off and stuff like that, which is why we attached the bike rack to our 2-inch ball hitch attached to the basket. So this is great when you're towing a small trailer. And so if you watched my B-Dawg video, you'll remember I said that the carrier can hold up to 500 pounds and you can tow a trailer up to 3,000 pounds, but I wasn't sure whether or not you could do both at the same time. So I called B-Dawg and I talked to the owner there, really awesome guy, nice guy, and asked him my question, and he basically said that what you have to do is you have to consider the tongue weight of the trailer. So if your trailer has a 200-pound tongue weight, you can only put 300 pounds on the basket. If your trailer has a 400-pound tongue weight, you can only put 100 pounds on the basket. So you take the 500 pounds, you subtract the tongue weight of your trailer, and that's what you can put on the basket, and that the total weight of the trailer shouldn't exceed 3,000 pounds. So that's how that works. Also, he wanted me to remind folks that the basket can carry 500 pounds, but only if the weight is distributed. So the metal mesh bottom will hold 500 pounds, but only if the weight is distributed. He didn't want you to think that you could put 500 pounds on one corner of the carrier or something like that. So I told him I'd pass that information along to all the outsiders. This is how we carry 4 bikes, 2 coolers, and pull a little boat trailer with a van packed full of camping gear and fishing gear and all that stuff when we go on our adventures for Kemp Outside. I hope this video was useful to you. I'm going to put a link to the MaxxHaul hitch tighteners in the description. Like I said, I bought them off Amazon for $10. I have seen some other options out there, guys. These were the cheapest ones I found on Amazon that I could get in a single day. I've seen other ones for $12 and $16. They probably all do the same thing. They probably all work pretty well. I'm really pleased with these. They were simple to install. They work really well. They tighten things up really well. And I know that for our 4,000-mile round trip that we're going to take here in a few days, from our house here near Tampa, Florida, all the way to our lake cabin in central Minnesota, and back, that these are going to perform really well, and I won't get all the movement on the back end of the van that I was experiencing without them. So hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching Kemp Outside. Please subscribe to our channel and connect with us on our other social media channels. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those links are in the description for the video, and follow along with us for more camping, fishing, hiking videos, tips and tricks, gear reviews, campsite and campground reviews, and more. This is Kevin with Kemp Outside. We are your inside source for all things outside. See you next time.